Back to another video on the channel. Today is the day where I'm going to be showing you guys everything there is to know about Iron Man and how to play Iron Man at the highest level. And this is coming from a top 15 player. At the time when I was top 15 Iron Man, you could still kind of carry games. Now it's really hard, especially since Iron Man is not really that good. But it's definitely still possible. I've definitely done it. First let's go ahead and go through his character himself. Um, this is a little character intro. I love playing it. I'm gonna show you guys that. These are all of his skins. My favorites are probably the default one. Definitely not this one. I don't really like it in my personal opinion. This one's pretty sleek. You know, it's pretty chill. I recently got it like, well, I actually didn't recently got it. I got it in like July. Um, yeah. Then there's the Mark One skin. It's pretty nice. I definitely like wearing other skins though. Then this is probably my favorite skin. Definitely competing with the Avengers Endgame one, but this is definitely one of my favorites. I love this. It's definitely grown on me. I really like it. I would say it's the skin I probably use the most, honestly. Um, yeah, I really like it. Next is the Extrembiote skin. This is when Iron Man literally just didn't get a skin for like a couple seasons, and then he finally came out with one in like season 3. So yeah, I really like the sounds and the colors. Like it just reminds me of a Gamma team up. The next, but last but not least, is the Avengers Endgame skin, which is actually probably my favorite. It was the first Iron Man skin I bought. If you guys are definitely looking to pick up an Iron Man skin to start your Iron Man arc, I would definitely pick up this one. Even though it's like $26, definitely pick this up. Or if this one's cheaper, which I'm pretty sure it is, um, then pick up this one. But whichever one is cheaper between this one and this one, definitely pick up the one that is cheaper. They're both pretty good. Here are the MVPs for all of the skins. This is the Avengers Endgame one. I used to see this all the time back when I first started playing him because I used to get like a lot of wins. He was pretty good in season 2 and 2.5 for a little bit. I used to get target banned and he was just banned a lot. Here is the Big Shot MVP screen. It's pretty sick. Definitely one of my favorites, especially this little end scene. Here's the this is probably my favorite MVP out of all of them. This is so sick. So sick, bro. So sick. I think it's one of my YouTube thumbnails. Yeah, I got it from the MVP. Yeah, this one's pretty nice too. I just wish they would have gone in a different direction with how this skin looks, but it's alright. I already bought it, there's no going back. Here's the default one. And here's the Superior Iron Man one. Definitely one of my favorites. So sick. The transition is so smooth. I love it. Next there's emotes. This is his Take a Seat one. This is his Avengers Endgame one from the movie, if you guys remember that scene. Pretty sick. Here's the outfit exclusive symbiotic masculinity skin for the Extrembiote skin. I wish this was a skin for like, or an emote for like everybody, like all the skins, because this is a pretty funny emote. Here's the Superior Iron Man emote. Pretty sick if you're just, you know, chilling on the lobby, you're chilling on point. Here's the default Iron Man emote. Some chill shit, some chill. Then here's the Mark 1 emote. Pretty sick, just showing how bad, you know, or how, you know, like Tony Stark and stuff, he built a suit out of box of scraps. Here's the Big Shot emote. You don't actually stand when you use this emote in game. You actually just like float for a little bit. And next is his accessory, which is the Tony Stark Jr. accessory. I just got it because like I main Iron Man, but also because it's just pretty sick. It does get in the way, I would say, on this skin though. I would not use it with this skin because this skin, this little rod already pops out. I don't really want this kind of, you know, taking up a little bit more space on my screen. It just sticks out. I don't really know, but yeah. Let's go over to his proficiency. This is his Captain KO prompt. This is his Centurion KO prompt. Then here is his Lord Icon. Here is the first badge you get at level 25. I forgot what it was called. I think it's called Count because I have Count right here. I'm level 29. Next is the Colonel level 30. You get a little background thing around the Lord icon. And anybody, including you, or actually everybody, will only see this when you just like hover over the character, or you select the character before the game starts. But it's still pretty sick. Next is the, I think this is Warrior level 35 little icon. It's pretty sick. Then here's the level 40 background. It actually moves too, which is sick. It moves with the, it's gonna move with the animated Lord icon. Next is the Guardian level 45. It's just a better version of the, I think this is Warrior, yeah. Just a little bit upgraded Warrior little icon. Then here's the animated Lord icon. Pretty sick. I really love it. I can't wait to get this. And then here's the Champion little icon. Then here is the Legendary Iron Man nameplate, which I am trying my hardest to get. I have to get literally 20 more levels. Or actually, no. I have to get 40 plus levels to get this, which is insane. Now that's going to be it for the Iron Man, just everything you need to know, like surrounding Iron Man, little, showcase. But now we're going to go ahead and get into his abilities and whatnot, his techs, and how you should play him. So first, we're going to start off with how you should play him. You should be protective of your supports. Let's say that these are your supports. This is your supports or whatever. You want to be playing around here most of the time, especially on domination. I wouldn't say really play like this in convoy though, because when you're playing convoy, let's say this is your tank right here, this person. Let's say this is your tank, and you have armor overdrive equipped or whatever. You want to be focusing the person that the tanks are focusing. Let's say this is a rogue. You want to be focusing the rogue, but once you kill her or she dies or whatever, you want to start looking at the backline or whatever. If they're not in unibeam range, then just go ahead and use your repulsors. Try and hit them dead on or whatever. Just like that. Next, we're gonna go ahead and get into the abilities. I wanted to add one more thing on how you should play him. You want to be playing a little protective, and I'll show you guys how to do that with a tech that I've learned probably when I first actually started playing him, probably like the first day maybe. But now let's go and get into the abilities. His first ability is a Repulsor Blast that when it hits directly it can 3-tap, but when it hits AoE, it obviously doesn't 3-tap. When you get closer, it does more damage. You just want to be, predicting where the enemy's moving. Like, I'm predicting, let's go ahead and go for the second guy. I'm just predicting it, and it's going to hit dead on, even though I'm not trying. Next, let's go ahead and get into his Unibeam, which is probably the biggest skill gap in his entire cave. If you can learn how to track on this, you'd be good on every other character, like Punisher. Punisher is probably the same thing as Iron Man, just a little bit better. But yeah, here it is. Tracking is good. You'll be probably pretty good with Iron Man. Because his kit, especially how you play him, it's kind of primarily revolves around the beam, because that's his best damage output. Next is his hyper velocity. You go pretty fast, but you are really loud, and that'll play a big part into the text I show later into the video. And something right now that he's just really loud as a character, and if you play him in low ranks, it doesn't really matter, but high elo like me, it's really hard to play him. That's one of the things that makes him really kind of useless, honestly. That's why you got to play some different character or whatever. But that's because, people have just gone better at the game. Anyways, let's move into the hyper velocity missiles. I'm not even gonna, actually I'll just show them. Never use those. They're not worth it. You're just moving a finger off your little keypad or whatever for no reason. You want to use them when you have them in armor overdrive, and I'll show you guys that in a second. We're going to move into the armor overdrive. He does a lot more damage, and you obviously can see at the bottom he gets overshield. That was added, I think, in season 2.5. Honestly, great change. I wish they gave him more though, because he's not really that oppressive. In low ranks, he's pretty oppressive though. He's pretty aggressive. But yeah, let's go ahead and move into the Repulsor Blast. They do so much more damage. I think they 2-tap now. Let me go ahead and check. I think this is 250. Yeah, they almost 2-tap. Basically kind of 2-tap. What I did there before I lagged, as you probably saw, I comboed my Repulsor Blast with my missiles. I'm going to show you guys how to do that in a little bit. So next, let's go ahead and move on to his Invincible Pulse Cannon. With all of his legendary skins, there's different sounds on how like it sounds when you use the invincible pulse cannon. For this skin example, when I use the invincible pulse cannon, it's not as loud and there's less sounds. But when I use it with armor overdrive, there's more sounds. So let me go ahead and just use the. That's just a quick tip to know, but let me just go ahead and show you guys the ability. Long charge of time, you obviously can aim it and stuff, and just like shoot it. Um, but it's pretty slow. It's probably one of the worst ults in the game, but for how much value it provides is insane. But this is how you want to use it. You want to be on the flank. You want to be flanking with it 90% of the time, like going around, finding an opening. Probably be around like this height and just, just shoot it. But the 10% of the time, you want to be using it when you see an opening. Like let's say that this is a Luna right here. I'm gonna go ahead and just ult her because there's nothing that's gonna stop me, right? Because let's say she's in her ult right there. I'm just gonna go ahead and ult her, and if she's around like 2 or more people, like you guys saw in that Iron Man clip I posted yesterday, then yeah, I mean it's just easy. It's just free. Um, but yeah, you're not really gonna get much of that in high elo, maybe like Celestial, maybe like a couple games. But in Grandmaster, it's like a little bit of the games, probably like 40% of the games. The other 60%, it's not really worth it. But most of the time, you want to be using your flank. You want to be using your ult on the flank. Um, Next, I'm gonna go ahead and get into the tech. So one tech I learned when I first started playing the character is like the 360 movement tech. I learned this from Metric. Shout out Metric, he's my inspiration. But anyways, so you want to, it's a mix of going up and down, up and down, up and down. I don't know what the controls are for keyboard, but on controller, I'm holding down L2 and I'm going up and I'm gonna hold down L1. My hand is still on L2. I'm just pressing L1. I'm spamming L1 right now. You want to just go like that. You just want to take your hand off or finger off L2, L1, L2, L1. Then you want to mix around a little 360 movement of the joystick like so. And then you want to combo both of them like this, going up and down, up and down. But then you also want to combo with the repulsor because not only are you harder to hit for the enemies, if you're out in the open, it's a little bit harder for them to hit you, but it's also way harder for them to hit you behind the wall. So if you just combo like this, I don't know why I'm lagging so bad, but just combo it like that. You could do the same thing with the armor overdrive repulsors. They're just a little slower, like your movement's a little slower, but you do more damage. So I guess that's the pro. Next, let's go ahead and get into the techs. Or no, next tech. Next tech is going to be the missile combo. Let's say, like I said, you're focusing down one of the tanks, and you want to do more damage. You can fly above them a little bit, and then just shoot a repulsor, shoot your missiles. It kills 250 like that pretty instantly. Or if you just want to go on the flank, pop your armor overdrive. You're on a healer, go like that, and then just pop your missiles. It'll instantly kill them. Although they are moving. I wouldn't recommend this though because they are moving. It's gonna be harder to like one-shot them like that because this bot is just literally standing still. But if let's say it's a Doctor Strange, you can literally just repulsor and then use your missiles to get rid of his shield. And yeah, I would say Doctor Strange is definitely one of Iron Man's biggest counters. But Mag is definitely his biggest counter because you could just eat his ult. There's a lot of counters to Iron Man in this game. I won't go over all of them, but Iron Man kills every single support ult except the following, which is Ultron ult and Deadpool ult. I wouldn't recommend ulting a Deadpool because he is literally just so hard to hit. He's harder to hit than Gambit. If you can hit Gambit, then or if you have the chance to take the shot on Gambit, but everything else is pretty self-explanatory. What I wouldn't recommend doing in this day and age of this game is ulting a rocket ult. If you need to, because they're pushing up with it, I guess, or pushing you guys back, then go ahead and ult it. But it's gonna be hard to get your ult off on it. But yeah. Next tech is I already talked about it. This is basically the same thing as the repulsion and the launch missiles. But this is how you can charge your ult. You charge your ult insanely fast. I'm gonna show you guys. Let me go ahead and waste my ult real quick. You charge your ult so fast Hold on, let me boost it again. You charge your ult so fast with these missiles and the repulsors. Let me show you how. Wait, hold up. Let me wait 5 seconds. Okay, I just suck. Let me show it again. Hold up. These guys are like 1 HP, so it's hard to like. Oh my god. All right, we'll try this guy. Let me show you guys this. You charge your ult like that, you get like 5% ult charge off it. It's not really much, but it's a lot of damage. To just charge your ult. Let's say you're like 10% away from your Iron Man ult, and you're sitting right above a Luna ult, and you want to ult this. Just go ahead and use your missiles to go ahead and ult her. Let me go ahead and turn this back on. Next is a tech that I literally just learned probably a week or two ago. It's pretty niche, I'm not gonna lie. I've only seen one person do this, and it's where when you use your flank ult, or when you go on the flank with your ult, make sure you have your armor overdrive up, because if you don't, then the tech's obviously not gonna work. With this certain tech. But honestly, in this day and age, the armor overdrive is not really that different from using just the regular, unibeam and repulsor. It's just better. That's why you always want to have it up, But this is the combo. Basically, it's like if you guys know what the slasp is, it's on Venom where you use his grasp and you use his slam at the same time. But on this character, it's so much more easier, and it's just so much easier. It's so simple. It's basically where you press triangle and L3 and R3 at the same time, and not only do you get overshield, but you also get infinite flying juice. That's what I'm gonna call it, hyper velocity juice, and you do obviously do more damage when you're running away. If you get to run away, which in my experience, I've only gotten run away like a couple of times because I've just been getting grabbed. But let me go ahead and show you guys how it works. In 3, 2, 1. So not only do I walk away with infinite hyper velocity, but I also walk away with extra overshield. It's not really that much, but it's definitely worth it to do this tech, especially if you're going on the flank. You definitely want to be using it. I definitely have started using it more. It's just that when you play Iron Man, you just really want to, hit a ult on a support ult, but it's just not really happening anymore. But yeah, guys, I think that's just going to be it for today's video. I think that really covers everything that you need to know about how to play Iron Man. But yeah, guys, if you guys have any questions or concerns, please let me know in the comments down below. And if I missed anything crucial or important that I don't know that you guys know, please let me know down in the comments. I will probably put that in my next gameplay, probably at the start, and show you guys how to do it, and just put it in the video and show everybody how to do it, and give you credit to it too for finding that out. And yeah, guys, hope you guys really enjoyed this guide, and I look forward to the next time I see you guys. Peace.